April 21st is when they checked it before they issued the warrant.
They checked it on April 21st and they're claiming it was online?
Yes, password protected online.
Well, okay, if it's accessible on the internet, but there's a password on it such that nobody can access it, first, that would still meet the requirements because the requirement is that it not be available. It's not available if you require a password. Second, if it requires a password, how do they know there's anything there?
Yeah.
I mean, the page could just be blank.
It still gives you previews on Google on what you're going to see potentially on that website. And I think we're arguing kind of semantics here. For me, being a novice, offline means you can't get to it. There's no record of it. But you can actually type it into the search and you can actually have a point where it asks you for a password. So Crown is not considering that offline.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. They can shove it up their ass. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Your conditions actually state that it has to be no longer available by the internet.
Yes.
So it is available by password.
Well, according to you, from what you're telling me,
it was for a short period of time.
I'm sorry. You said it was available by password. Mm-hmm. How do you know? Like, did you know what the password was? I mean, I had tried to go to it and it prompted me for a name and a password. I didn't know the name and the password, so I just went, okay, fuck it. It's not my problem anymore. The website's not accessible, so I don't give a shit. Maybe when I go back to the US, maybe I'll see what I can do about taking it back or something. But for now, it's not my problem. But it sounds to me like you're saying that behind the password, there was actually some content there. So I'm curious, like, did you have the password? Did somebody give you access to the site?
No, I don't have access
Then
to it.
how do you know there was anything there? How do you know there wasn't just a blank page? Like that, okay, like, there's no reason for anyone to believe, me included, that there was anything being hidden by that password.
Well, there's no reason to believe that it isn't, though, and that's the question, I guess. I think it's the unknowing.
Yeah,
the assumption would be that there is something there. Either way, it's the URL with her name in it, with a password, and then it's been removed, and now it's up and live again.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about that, so I can't comment on that.
So we are... no, I understand your argument, but as far as Crown sees it, it was never offline.
That's... Dude...
So that's going to be... but I'm telling you, that's where they're coming from. So you're arguing that because it had a password, you consider that offline. Crown's saying, no, I don't consider that offline. So
Crown,
in answer to your question, I don't know how long it's been live. We're looking into that right now. We know for sure it was live yesterday. It's live today.
There's nothing in the wording of the condition that says that it has to be offline or something.
Well, it says it can't be available on the internet.
Right,
and
no
it's
longer available. If there's a password on there, it is not available.
In your definition.
But with the password on there, you have no idea whether or not there's actually anything behind the password.
And they have no idea how many people have access to that password.
Wow, it seems like before they can accuse me of something, they have to first...
It becomes more challenging because what is behind that password? There might be nothing. There might be even worse material back there.
Yes, there might be. But
we don't know.
You can't prosecute and convict somebody on suppositions like that.
Well, that's...
Oh, the door is locked, so there must be something bad going on behind there. Come on.
I think it's more about not necessarily what might exist beyond the password, is the fact that it was available, albeit at a reduced amount of people giving access.
I mean,
so that's something for the courts, right? That's not for me.
It's something for the courts, but we know how the system works. I'm going to be denied bail, and then I'm going to spend 6 months or 9 months in custody waiting for it to actually get to the courts.